Meeple Nation Podcast, episode 613, June 2026, turn 1.
Welcome, citizens, to Meeple Nation. Grab your favorite beverage, pull up a chair, warm up those dice, and join us at the game table as we discuss board games and the board gaming world. Each week, the hosts of Meeple Nation share their love for board games and the amazing memories that come from playing games with some very outstanding people. Let us now join our hosts in their natural habitat, the game table.
Welcome to Meeple Nation. We are the hosts. I am Douglas Stewart.
Wow, I almost went into song there. Welcome. Song popped in my head.
Meeple Nation.
Oh, you know what? I miss AI music. we created some songs that I don't know. Maybe we should release those for our patrons to see if they.
Talking about the Gary song?
No, that was for you, and we're stinking
okay.
Gary. But no, I don't you remember I made a couple of those AI songs introducing Meeple Nation, and
we can't even get through the intro.
I know.
Without a rabbit hole and
Squirrel.
And squirrels.
A mispronunciation of our podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. Meeple Nathan.
Should we just take it from the top?
Yeah. No, we'll just leave it in. But you say that Meeple Nathan. Did I tell you this? That whenever I'm typing Meeple Nation, because my name is Nathan, without fail, it's always Meeple Nathan when I'm typing something. I was like, I always have to backspace and correct that. But
you do have a rather Meeple-like physique.
Is that a fat joke?
Wow.
I can't put my arms
Takes
up.
one to know one.
All right. And I'm Andy Holiday.
Excellent. And when our powers combine, we do become the most squirrel chasing, rabbit hole falling, Okayest podcast on the interwebs. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about us or check out past episodes, you can always go on over to meeplenation.com and check that out. You can learn more about us. Like I said, check out those links to all of our past episodes. You can click on the Patreon link and find links to our socials as well.
It's a whole cornucopia of the world's most okayest stuff.
That's right.
Because it's like other podcasts, but fun.
I think we tried that before, didn't we?
Yeah. Did it fail? Did it only work in my head?
I think so.
There's a lot of
I think so, Nathan.
That's Meeple Nathan.
Wow. Good heavens.
You could email us too to complain about the ridiculousness that is Meeple Nation at meeplenation@gmail.com.
We'll respond.
We will.
Yeah. It's a thing. It's an option. Meeple Nation podcast is sponsored by Game Toppers LLC. It's awesome. We love it. You should go check it out.
.com.
Yeah. Anyways, that's that. And with that,
it is time.
It is. It's highlight 30. We're in June and it's hot.
It's very hot.
Yeah.
This year's been so weird.
Yeah. It's been a crazy weird. It's been a crazy weird. And we were just talking before that I try really, really hard to not turn on my air conditioner before June. And Andy, you're like, no, mine's on in March. And Douglas, you were just talking about getting yours all installed.
Mine's going on tonight.
Yeah.
We got record heat coming in.
So, yeah, it's going to be a hot year. And, air conditioning came on before June this year, much to my chagrin.
It's okay.
Is it?
It is.
You
have solar panels. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. No. Okay.
Here we go.
You have solar panels too.
I do.
I have solar panels. Do you find a benefit with your solar panels? You have a solar panel, you have a battery. I have a battery.
I do like when my power goes out and I still have power. I wish my battery lasted longer.
Yeah. I don't want to throw the company under the bus, but man, for the number one solar company in the area, I would say find somebody else.
Yeah.
I've been more than disappointed. And, but yeah, no, you say we have, solar panels, and we still have a pretty high
Do you really?
power bill. Do you not?
Only in the wintertime.
Really?
Yeah, in the summer, it's just the normal maintenance of what it costs to keep it connected to the grid. And I am collecting credits for wintertime.
I have never had a credit for winter.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah. And my battery, it's depleted by like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, mine's about 11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this has been the Utah Weather and Solar Power podcast.
Yes, it has.
Thank you for joining us this week.
Yeah.
Stay tuned next week.
When we reveal that crappy company. But, no, if you really want to know
To
my
find out what
opinion-
Nathan did about his battery.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, my battery's running low because it's so stinking hot. Anyways, highlight. Whoosh, boom.
Are we back
All
on
of
track?
that.
Was that
All
it?
of
Was that supposed
yeah.
to? Okay.
We're
Awesome. I'm feeling good about highlights because I've actually been playing some games.
Lucky.
Yeah, which has been atypical for me so far this year. I'm very far behind the normal pace I set for myself, and it feels good. It feels good to have actually played some things.
yeah, it's nice. I'm actually back to 100 plus games on BGA, so that's kind of for a
Okay.
while I've been down to 70 simultaneous games, and now I'm back over 100 again.
Holy cow.
Gosh.
It's awesome. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
I don't know how you keep it all straight.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's talk about the highlight that affected, I think, all of us.
Yes, I love this
There's
highlight.
no thinking. It did affect all of us.
in a good way.
This was we all were part of a legacy campaign that just wrapped up. This was for Ticket to Ride Legacy Legends of the West, I believe.
Yes, Legends of the
A
West.
little bit of a mouthful of a title there, but man, like
It was great.
who would have thought in 2026 I'd be praising a Ticket to Ride title as much as I want to heap praises upon it. This was excellent. This was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, very much enjoyed it. And I do like, because I'm playing 2 simultaneous games, and the end scenario, you're trying to catch Mama O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's funny, we were, I thought my family group was going to finish before our regular group, and we still haven't done our last one. So still waiting to go back to that. But I do think it's nice that the finish has 4 finishes, so that if you've played with somebody who's played it once before, then you go to the next series. And if you've done that series, so you can replay this with a different ending. And not that the ending is drastically different.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but it just makes sure that like if you have played it before, you don't have a leg up on the people who have not.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's genius. Really.
I totally agree. Yep. And so yeah, I thought that was very well done. But sorry, I derailed your highlight. Go back to you.
You derailed.
You
I did.
derailed.
Anyway.
No, I mean I brought it up because we had all played it, but no, this game. I mean it's Ticket to Ride. The basic formula really hasn't changed a whole lot, and I was a little trepidatious jumping into it because Ticket to Ride's fine. It's one that we'll play with my family every now and then, but it's not one I'm clamoring to get to the table. I'm not like, whoa, Ticket to Ride, let's do it. And so I wasn't sure really what to expect, but the rule set on this was streamlined and clean, even though it did add it added some complexity. It was still familiar enough that it didn't feel overwhelming. But then as the game progressed, every game, because you're just up in you're in the, what would that be? The northeast kind of corner of the United States.
Yeah.
And then at the end of every game, you decide which next section of the map you want to reveal. And slowly they kind of just snap together like puzzle pieces. And over time, the map just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But every section of the map that comes out has some sort of thematic, like overtures, these thematic things that they do, mechanisms that are tied into a theme, right? Like you get to the Midwest and there's a ghost train. You get to the Southwest. Yep. The gold rush. All these different sort of thematic things that just felt really, really fun. And they introduce some, I thought, really clever ways to get big bursts of points. I remember like the gold rush. I remember like there's like a mechanism where you're collecting cards, and then at some point you can go prospecting, and you basically flip cards against these prospecting cards that you've like you're flipping cards from the draw pile against
train deck.
The train deck from cards, these prospecting cards that you have collected, in hopes that you've collected enough of them that you can sort of beat some of the symbols that are on the cards and find a bunch of gold. And I remember, all of us tried it and failed. All of us tried it and succeeded. And then the reward at the end is this cool little scratch off thing that's like, yeah, you get like an extra $20 or something, and it was just like, okay, that was pretty cool. In the middle of playing, Ticket to Ride, you're doing that. And I really liked that as the map moved over, some of those things also got phased out.
Yeah.
Like you weren't doing all of the things. It wasn't like, okay, we got a new section. So now from now on out, we're going to be doing all these extra rules, this stuff. And then another section comes out and it's okay, now we're doing both of those rule sets plus the base. And another one comes, it didn't compound. Like as the game went, a lot of those things phased out. It got simpler. The cards disappeared. It was, you didn't have to worry about it so much. And then new stuff. So it felt fresh, right?
Yeah.
It kind of had that fresh feel as you went. I liked how it tracked every game. I liked how there were rewards for players who did really good and players who maybe didn't do as good, had some extra stuff that was thrown their way, stuff to kind of help them and boost them during the next game. Not that helped Brad, who found himself in last place far more than any human.
He was in last place all but one game. One game he took second place.
Yeah.
All the other 12 or the 11 games he took fifth place.
And finally, I think it was at like the end of all the games, he was finally just like, I think there's some strategy I must be missing.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so, Brad?
Because it was the difference between fourth and fifth was just as drastic as it was between first and second.
Yes.
So Doug ran away with it. I mean, you had 1,300 points. I think
14,
1,400 points.
Yeah.
And then was I second place? I can't remember if I was or if
Amberly was.
Amberly was second.
Yep.
And she had 1,100 something. And then you and I, Andy,
you were in the thousands.
Yep.
Here we go. Here were the final scores.
All right.
I did come in first. I had 1,486 points. Next was indeed Amberly, 1,177.
So
And
almost 300 points?
Yeah.
Or over 300 points?
Yeah, over 300 points different. But then Amberly was only a few points behind you. She was 1,141. And then Andy, you were just about 100 behind that at 1,033. But then poor Brad had 793.
Yeah. It was, Brad didn't get it.
I think the one game that Brad won is the game that I actually got negative points on. That was
Oh, really? You got a my
rough.
score. That was,
I did on one game. Yep. It was terrible.
But I very much like you're saying, Douglas, I very much enjoyed that. I would definitely like to play it again. I'd like to go through the whole thing in a little while.
Well, not only that, I think that, when you finish the Legacy game and they all say, oh, you have your own personalized copy of this game. Yay.
Yeah.
I could actually see myself playing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was, I thought it was a very fun version of Ticket to Ride. Now the old personalized copy, I don't really care much about that. But I thought that with the event cards, I really liked that. That is a copy I could see myself playing with all the different, with the larger cities, which the fact that you build into a larger city and you get a benefit for building into that, I thought was cool. I liked the fact when you build on your own colored tracks, you get money. All that was really fun. I enjoyed it.
The end of it says, okay, there's rules and some stickers at the bottom of the box to go ahead and to not re-sticker, but kind of you're going to complete some of those paths that are on there. That bonus goes away for building on your own color.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, because they have to reset. That final copy has to be a set that puts everybody on equal footing.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
And there's a lot of those event cards that still go away. But
you do still get to use your asymmetrical ability cards when you pick people. Is that?
Yeah, you still have
that's awesome.
You still have employees.
That's great. I love that.
And they just don't play over games. Some of the events are gone, but still overall. And you look at that ticket stack. That ticket stack is like 3 inches of optional tickets.
Yeah.
Because the game is set up, like you mentioned, Andy, that it's set up at the first where you start on the northwest corner, or was it you, Douglas? I can't remember who said. I think it was Douglas that said that you start in the northeast corner of the United States or North America, because it includes Canada, it includes Mexico.
Yep, yeah, that's correct.
And you start there, and those tickets are all very short tickets connecting those short cities. And then each section that you added a bunch of new tickets, because when you're playing through the legacy version, some of those tickets get punched, and you have a hole puncher, you put a hole in it, and some of those cards get retired. And then with your own personal copy, all those cards come back. And so you got this huge stack that dwarfs the train stack of options, which is much different than your standard version of Ticket to Ride. But
I always just think that the fun of these legacy games is playing through the legacy part of it.
Absolutely.
And the idea of going back and playing those, just for me personally, like I don't have a lot of interest in that, but let this one cool for a little bit. And like, if in a couple of years we picked up another copy at a swap for cheap or something like that, I would totally play through this again.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I would very much play it again. At least 2 more times so that I would know the last.
At least 2 more times.
So you know all the possible endings.
endings.
And then you go play it a 5th time with people who don't know that you know all the endings.
Yes.
Just to get them.
And it's funny because there's cards that give you a clue to where Mama O'Connell's hiding. And everybody got to look at a lot of those cards. And I didn't get to look at any of them. But Douglas made his guess. And he's like, well, it's got to be here or somewhere else.
I gave too much information away.
You did give too much information.
That was my bad. I should have considered that. I would like getting it wrong. I probably shouldn't have said like. Well, I didn't say much. I just said like, it was one of two. Yeah, it was one or two spots, cities. and I guessed wrong. So, and I knew I think Amberly and Andy both had quite a bit of information, and
I think they had the same information.
I had to jump on it because I was like, okay, well, it's not going to come back around to me to guess,
right?
And so I'm going to take a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. I would have guessed where it was on my turn. That's where I was going to guess.
I think I messed it up for Andy. Although no, because you just did it on your next turn.
I was right after you.
Yeah, but you were able to use what I said as kind of a guide for
You said one city, and so I went, what's around there? That city, and I got it right.
Yeah. Well, the best part of that though was that you were so surprised at your correct guess that you made a loud whoop sound and jumped and like kind of jumped and were like, whoa, and it scared the living daylights out of Amberly. I mean, she took like a full 10 minutes to recover. Yeah. You got her adrenaline fired up, and she was sitting next to me and she was like shaking, like she was just trembling next to me. That it scared her so bad.
Yeah, I felt bad about that, but I was excited. I made a complete stab in the dark.
And it was like, what was it? 50 points? It was
40 points.
40. Yeah. Okay. It was not an insubstantial number of points for that game. And
it did win me it did make it so I won that game. Round.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really good.
Still came in 3rd, but I won that round. Stole it right out from under Andy.
Yes, you did.
He's not bitter at all.
Not at all.
But yeah, Ticket to Ride was grand. Very much enjoyed it. Very much would play it again.
Awesome. So, well, I kind of got that one rolling, but yeah, what other highlights do you guys have?
Well, we need to talk about the other one that's affecting all of us.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is actually the one, because it's the one we're currently involved in.
Yeah.
That I thought I totally forgot about Ticket to Ride until you started mentioning it.
Oh, you thought I was going to go with this other one. I kind of, you're right. I forgot about the other one. We're in multiplayer.
How?
I mean, just in that brief moment when I was, okay, I'm ashamed.
We've talked about this for years now. About
we have
starting this back up, and finally,
we're 3 games in the.
We are 3 or 4.
3 games. We're about to start our 4th game. Well, our next game will be our 4th one.
In the very typical Nathan fashion, we've buried the lead long enough, and that is Star Wars Imperial Assault.
Classic game.
Boy, does it feel good to be back in that game.
It
does. Yeah. It's just playing this. I remember why I love it so much. It was just been such a great experience. And this is actually the first time I've been on the hero side. So this goes back. This is 12 years old, this game, 2014.
14. Yep.
And it is still, it's still the top of my list. Favorite game. I very much enjoy the experience. I very much enjoy losing because we excel at it.
Well, the side mission you guys did, you absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of the story missions have been a little rough for our intrepid band of rebel heroes.
Yeah. And I think that's comes down to a lot of us, and we play games like Descent, which is an exceptional game.
Very similar game.
Very similar, but kind of feels like more in Descent. It's clear the dungeon.
Yeah.
And in Imperial Assault, it is definitely not the point of the game to clear the dungeon.
You pretty much won't be able to.
Yeah. There's always going to be not monsters. There's always going to be Imperials or bounty hunters on, what do they don't call them bounty hunters. What do they call the independents? The
Fringe or the...
Oh, yeah, the green group.
Anyways.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
I'm going to call them bounty hunters because...
Yeah, that's actually pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. But, in this game in Star Wars Imperial Assault, there is no time to loiter.
Well, I am guessing, actually, that in Descent 2nd Edition, it is probably very similar.
Is that? We need to get back to that, too.
But we play with the app typically instead of with an Overlord. And I'm guessing with the Overlord, it would be a very similar feel. Where you constantly have monsters coming out because they spend points the same way and they're trying to win, just like the Empire player is trying to win. So I think it would be a very similar experience playing that without the app.
Yeah, very, very possibly. Yeah, that might be absolutely true.
Except for I think the app works better in Descent.
I like the app.
There's no doubt about that. The app for Star Wars is clunky. Yeah, it is.
And it was their first stab. And then they got it worked out, or they started to get it worked out, and then they said, "Yeah, we're through with this game. We're going to throw it into Descent."
Yeah, I've said this.
They threw that out.
I've said this before, but like, I think my big complaint with the app though is that they have not made any attempt to recreate the stories that come in the boxes. Like, and I know I think we've had this conversation, Andy, and you'll have to remind me because I know that they kind of did their own thing with Descent too.
They did,
but like. For example, if you really want to experience the Return to Hoth campaign that came in that Return to Hoth box, you have to play with an Imperial player. There's no option to play through that content as it was designed and laid out in that box, like in the app. You can't do that in the app. Yeah, the app tells its own story.
It's the same way in Descent.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Unfortunately, which makes me sad because I'm thinking, my goodness, you don't want to support the app anymore. You don't want to come out with new content. Open source it. Let people.
Amen. Amen.
Let people make missions.
There are absolutely people out there who will make that happen, and I probably will do a better,
just like the
better job.
Has that grip so tight that star systems slip through those fingers.
I would love to see the community get their hands on some of those apps.
Well, I mean, Time Stories did that, and some of those flopped and some of those were phenomenal because they released a lot of that tool set to be able to have people create stories.
Time Stories?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that had an app.
Yeah, it had some oh man, don't make me rescind my comment. I'm almost 100% positive. Now I have to do some Google foo on the fly.
I didn't know that had an app. That's awesome.
Time Stories, print and play scenarios available on BGG. Several fan-made expansions for Time Stories available on Board Game Geek. This is a list meant to be a place for folks to find various fan scenarios in order to pick out one and print it and play it. So it's not going to use the app.
Okay. You're just talking about community-created content, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you can still do that with Star Wars Imperial Assault.
Okay, so I think I see where you're going to that. So, okay, here's an example of an IP that has done that exceptionally well is Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
The card game, right? They have there's like so many campaigns and expansions and stuff that you can play through. You don't necessarily need to go out and do the fan-made stuff, but I will say my experience so far with the fan-made stuff has been that it is the best.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, it's unbelievably good. There's we played recently a fan-made campaign called Dark Matter, and it was way better than, well, it was maybe not as good as Path to Carcosa, but it was probably the second best campaign that exists for the game.
Huh.
And it was a fan-made one.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think you have, because fans are, there's a reason that those people are after that content because they love that content.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of passion and talent out there, and I just wish they would unleash the tools that for people to be able to use to create that content. Okay, Destinies, I know, opened. They have a creation toolkit for fans for the Destinies board game. I haven't played any of them. But we have almost gotten through all of the content that came in the box and the expansions. And that may be where we turn next is fan created content for that.
All right. I like that.
So, but if they did that with Imperial Assault, yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, someone's a moron over here on this side of the table. I don't know if you know this or not, but, I lost a lot of my miniatures. A neighbor was going to paint them.
Oh,
and then, at some point in the exchange, those got lost. His fault, my fault. I don't know. I don't care. But they got lost. So I had to reacquire some stuff. And so I have like extra tile pieces. And so I'm like, ooh, this is something that I need to put together. And so I've kept all my tile pieces to add, to come up with something grandiose maybe. But I don't know. That's all I gotta get around to it, right?
That's the thing. You have these ideas, so you tuck stuff away, and then it just stays there because time is a real thing.
Yeah, it's elusive. Always elusive.
It is indeed. But I think all of this to say that we've really enjoyed jumping back into Star Wars. It's a great system, and whether you play it on the app or whether you do have an Imperial player, it's just like pretty raw, amazing Star Wars in a box. It's got a really good rules set. I will say character development, like Andy, I know this is one of your things, right? Like the character development isn't as deep as Descent for sure, but it still has enough there to offer, I think, a deep and strategic experience. And we're actually playing with a variant that like wounded heroes have to sit out around to recover from their wounds. So players will control 2 characters, which gives them some diversity to play with. And I think that's actually been working out pretty well
so far.
So we'll keep everyone tuned on how that sort of turns out. But so far, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been so good. Very much loving it. Well, that's I don't have a third highlight that's affecting all of us, so that's kind of a bummer. So I guess I'll just, when I talk about my highlight, it'll just be all about me.
That's really selfish.
Oh, okay.
I do.
All right, carry on. No, you do. Okay. Yes, looking at your list. Yes.
So a few weeks back on a Saturday night, we had an impromptu game night, and we invited the spouses, and
all but my wife.
That's true.
She was at work.
Wasn't there. Yeah, but it was really fun. Lydia was there, and Sabrina was there, and we had a really good time. And one of the games we pulled out was Moon Colony Bloodbath, which just stressed Lydia out like you cannot even believe.
And apparently it stressed out Sabrina, but Sabrina had a much grander poker face than Lydia.
She was at least playing it cool. Lydia, like every time something would come out that would kill population, that would kill the colonists, she'd slam her fist down on the table. Just no, I just got them. No,
I've named them. Yeah. I know them all.
I just took them bread and cookies. How dare you? And so I love this game though. The whole idea is you have just enough time at the beginning of the game to start building up your moon colony and get a few bases built before everything just turns south so fast.
Once the robots arrive.
Once the robots arrive and stuff starts to happen, basically people start dying real fast.
Really fast.
And it's basically as soon as one person is eliminated, it's whoever has the most population at that point. And what a great game. It's super good. But it stressed Lydia out like to no end. It was like half the enjoyment was just watching her have to kill her population over and over and over.
More than half the enjoyment. And it's a fun game, but that was more than half the enjoyment.
Yes, for sure. It was really good.
So funny.
Yeah. And we played Bomb Busters too, which was also because it's a 5-player game that worked out great with our group. That was a lot of fun.
Watching the wives try to figure out how to cheat and give themselves clues.
Yeah.
Give themselves clues or more information.
Yeah.
They did good though. I mean, they were learning the game, so I think most of the mistakes were honest. Most,
yeah. Okay. Here I go. This is one that affected all of us. This is a game that I'm not quite sure my feelings on. Perch. I was pretty excited about Perch. I picked up Perch, and I learned it really fast because I have a bunch of other games that I didn't want to learn. And so I picked up Perch, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring this over to Andy's house, and I'm going to teach everybody how to play Perch. So what I didn't realize, I mean, I knew that Perch was an area control game, and I know how much you guys don't particularly enjoy area control. And this is direct competition area control. Mm-hmm. So we have areas that you're trying to get the most birds on, and some of the variety is there that you're trying to have the least amount of birds on. You want to have birds there, but you want to have the least amount of birds. And so on your turn, at the beginning of the round, you're going to reach into the bag and you're going to draw 2 birds out of the bag and add them to your pool. And then you're going to take 2 of your own birds and add that to the pool. So you could have 4, depending on some locations. If you're playing, you could have more birds that you're using. Well, no, I think you still always have 4, but you have a way to manipulate which birds you have. And you're going to take a turn and you're going to place that bird out there. And you're either going to gain control or you're going to cause somebody else to gain control, and you want to be in second place or you want to be in third place, because if ties are there, ties are kind of weird in this, which I really like. I think this is a great element of it, that if you tie, then both those people are just eliminated. And so if there's 3 people there, the 2 people that are tied are boom, gone, and then whoever
gone, you just don't score anything, right?
Right, yeah. Their points don't matter. Their influence doesn't matter. That's gone. Poof. And then whoever's third place is going to score some points there. Yeah. And so there's a lot of manipulation that you're trying to put out birds in advantageous places. I thought this game was actually really quite clever, and I very much enjoyed that not everything was about a majority control, that sometimes that you were trying to push other people's birds there so that they had the majority of the control, and you were trying to get either second place or a third place, because each of these, some of them second place scored the most points, and some of them third place scored the most points, which I thought was very clever.
That asymmetry combined with the tie breaking, the way that worked, was what made the area control of this game like tolerable and even interesting for me.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you say great. I mean, I don't know if I'd use that word, but it was good. Like that was definitely something that the game needed. Because if it had all just been majority rule and friendly ties, it would have fell flat. Boring. Yeah. Like, I mean, just outright boring.
But yeah, I liked Perch. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I picked up Perch because it was on BGA, and I was like, okay, I want to learn how to play this, so I can play it online. And
seems to be your motivation for most of your purchases.
You know what? Days. You are not wrong.
You're talking to the 2 guys here that play with you probably the least
on BGA.
Yeah,
yeah, no, and I've put a game on there with Jody and Brad, and currently we're playing through our first game, and they liked it a lot better than you guys liked it.
That's awesome. This is not a game that I am out there to yuck anyone's yum. If you like this game, that's great. And I will say it did have some positives. Like the components in this were really good.
Yeah.
As far as like the box copy goes, birds. Right? The stacking birds, and they were just high quality, right? Yeah. The tiles were like a thick cardboard, rather than a board, right? You composed your play area out of tiles, and that all worked really well. The art I thought was very nice. Everything on this worked. It seemed like the rule book was pretty clear and wasn't too much of a hassle for you to learn. So I think this game has a lot of positives. My criticism of it, and I will stand by this, is just the fun factor. And to me, it just it only fell flat because it frankly just wasn't a very fun game to play.
Yeah, and I very much enjoyed the challenge of it. I liked it a lot, and Andy didn't like it at all.
It was okay.
When I went home, I didn't feel like anybody thought it was okay.
That's about the only praise I can give it. The only reason why it was okay for me is exactly what Doug said.
Yeah.
The fact that it was, like, for example, there were several that you got the most points for being in second place. I was happy being in first place. It was just 3 points. No one was ever going to take it from me.
Yeah.
So
and there's some of those points, right?
I could just focus on other things because I'm getting 2 points there, and I never, ever have to worry about those 2 points.
Yeah.
And that's the risk, right? Because if I can try to get second place, I risk being placed in a tie for first place.
True. That's true.
So instead of getting those big points for second place, I end up getting no points. And that was I thought there was a lot of challenging elements to the game that made it exciting for me.
Who won that game? I don't even remember.
You did.
You did.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
It was actually, it's funny because you and I think were the most vocal about, just not like, I don't think we were like dogging on it, but just like very meh. And we were 1 point apiece.
Away from each other?
Sorry, 1 point apart. Yeah.
Oh.
You won by 1 point and I was second. And then everyone else was distant third.
Was-
fourth,
Oh
fifth.
yeah, I was way last. Yeah, I was an excellent teacher for that game.
So it definitely wasn't that we didn't know how to play it or, whatever. It was fine. It just,
It just didn't kick for you.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, is we knew how to play it. And we're like, it's okay.
that's got to be it. Nailed it.
Been there, explored that, moving on.
I will say though,
Explored that. I like that.
Like, and it's something that I probably need to work on a little bit because, like, when somebody brings, and this happens to me, like I've absolutely had this experience. I've experienced this with my own games. I've experienced this with other people when they play my games. Like it can be frustrating. That's frustrating. And I don't like that you left that night with frustrating feelings about it because you bought this game that you wanted everyone to enjoy and we didn't have the experience that you wanted to have with it. And that, I mean, it happens to all of us.
Oh, for sure.
But it is frustrating, and I need to work on that because I was kind of vocal. But I did try to get a conversation going afterward. I was like, okay, well, let's analyze it a little bit. Like what were the things people liked and all this, and it comes down to it. Like for me, and I know I said this when we were talking about it, in a sea of games, where we have hundreds and like thousands of options out there, I just don't see myself reaching for this one ever.
Yeah,
And
to that point. Exactly. My feelings aren't very hurt about it because I have a sea of games. And if
yes, you do.
If I'm going to have They Live experiences, right? Where I'm just one and that's way done. But Perch is one that I liked and I'm looking forward to trying it again with different people, but
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm glad it's on BGA for you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a win.
So we'll see if I get Jody to play a second game of it, but because that was when I pitched it out to our BGA group, and Jody's like, "That's an area control game, right?" It's like, "Oh yeah, very much so." And so he's like, "Okay."
Does he not like area control either?
I don't know. That's all. It's kind of hard to read into some of that. I mean,
Sure.
It felt like there was a pause before there was an okay. But I just totally implemented his okay.
So you didn't sell it to him like you did to us?
This was after we'd played, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
I was kind of like, I was a little gun shy, right? Is this an area control game? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, because when it was sold to us, it was nothing like that. It was, this is like Wingspan.
You said it
But
was
fun.
like Wingspan, but fun, which
It was not.
And no, sorry. Nope.
Yeah. But no, I still enjoyed it. And yes, I'm playing it on BGA and I'm hoping to play it again at the table. I'm definitely going to take it up to MonCon with us, I think. I think this is some that the Hug Ladies will, actually, they might already own. And it might be something more up their alley.
And I genuinely hope you have fun playing it with them. I really do. I won't be part of that game, but I hope that you have fun.
All good. All right. Wow. Okay. We've been on for well over half of our time already. And we haven't got to anything that we're excited about.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to stuff that's going to hit the table soon.
You sounded pretty excited about
we're
Perch.
excited about.
I was pretty excited.
So I'm just saying, we got to stuff you were excited about.
So, something that may explode in my face, but I'm pretty excited about it.
Okay.
Shipping notice, it's made the mainland, and so should be arriving to a doorstep near me most any day.
Hopefully at your front porch instead of your neighbor's.
Yeah. I mean, I've only had that twice. Well,
or mine. I mean, I'm close enough to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I'd be okay with that.
But it's funny.
I know what we're talking about, though. So
yeah, our street has issues where our packages get delivered to the next town, which is kind of weird. So
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Amazon, UPS, FedEx for the most part has it all figured out. USPS has it figured out. But like if my daughter ever orders food, yeah, it never makes it here.
Oh,
if
that's
I
too
order
bad.
stuff from Sam's Club, it never makes it here.
Really?
Because anybody uses Google, and if you use Google to find my address, it takes you to the next town. It's like, it's not, it's like 12, 15 blocks off.
Wow.
Like, not even close.
Good job, Google.
Yeah. And it's the whole street. Everybody's putting complaints about it. But anyways.
Man, between that and the solar panels.
This
Holy
game.
cow.
This game. I'm excited for. I'm scared over. And it may flop or it may be awesome. And this is Army of Darkness.
Yeah. Yep.
The board game. Yeah. So it should be here any day. I'm anxiously watching. My shop app tells me that there's some labels created, but I haven't seen any movement on it yet. So sometimes I get those notifications that the label's created, and then it shows up before the app updates. But anyways, Army of Darkness. I'm pretty excited about this. I think it is going to be an experience, and hopefully one that is a positive experience.
I hope so too. I genuinely really do. The studio doesn't have like real hits behind their name.
No.
But I will say I think it's Josh Dirksen. He was involved in Buffy.
Okay.
And
Buffy
you,
was
and
pretty
you liked
good.
Buffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Buffy was fine.
It was true to the show, so yeah. But we didn't talk about Escape from New York, did we? Did we talk about that?
I don't think so.
So I was so bummed out with my experience with They Live and the dud that was, that I played the next week. I got to play Escape from New York, and I'm very pleased that was a much grander experience.
Oh, good.
Did neither of you guys played that with us?
Nope.
Yeah.
I didn't know you
Escape
played
to
it.
New York is one that I will play again, and excited to give that a further delving into. I went and watched They Live after we played it the first time. The movie was definitely much better than the game. And then I did the same thing with Escape from New York, because it had been years and years since I'd seen that. The game was much better than the movie. So, I mean, there's so many of those old 80s action films that were just...
How much bubblegum did you chew?
yeah, that one was... I was all out of bubblegum for They Live, and I had piles of bubblegum for Escape from New York. But if you're following that analogy.
Okay.
But anyways.
I haven't seen any of them, so
Oh, you haven't seen...
I probably won't.
you should, but you should have a bag of popcorn, because that's going to be the highlight.
I might have learned my lesson with Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China is a great movie.
Oh, was it?
Yes,
Okay.
it was.
It was
is.
fun. It was a really, really corny.
Oh,
popcorn
absolutely.
movie, for sure.
Absolutely.
So
it was.
I'm kind of glad I saw it at least once. But I have seen Army of Darkness. I will say I actually went back and I knew this was going to be delivered soon, and so I recently went back and watched the movie. It's really bad.
Oh, it is.
It's
yeah.
so bad. It's really awful.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know, Bruce Campbell.
Oh, there's so many great little
the way
lines
he just
in
sort
there.
of cheesed it up and hammed it up the whole time, and
yeah.
I just, oh my gosh, yeah. It's just pop a bag of popcorn and just watch this train
Enjoy
wreck
it. Yeah.
and just laugh. I mean, the technology of the day was laughable, right?
Absolutely.
We're trying
it
to
was.
pull off all these like effects and everything, and I mean, and the ending. The ending was just so fitting for his story arc.
He ends up back in S-Mart, right?
No, no. He
Oh no! Well, because there's a couple
remember
alternate
he's supposed to
endings.
he's supposed to take a number of sips from the
right. Yeah.
and he takes one too many and ends up in a dystopian future.
Yeah.
Anyway, spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
there's
It's been
a
out for
couple
long
of
time.
endings to it, because one, he ends up back in S-Mart.
Do they have some alternate endings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the one where he drinks too much and
Okay.
wakes up with a big beard and
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
It's a good show. Good show. Army of Darkness should be going soon, and that's going to be one that as soon as I get, we're gonna We're going to learn it, and I'm going to punish people and make them play it.
Cool. No, I like that. Well, I have been making my way through the Nemesis games. Finally.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah. Well, I've had them for long enough.
Yeah.
And you guys have talked about them. Now, I do think playing these solo, probably a very, very different experience from playing them with other players. I would really love to get them played with other people at the table because I have only played them solo. But I did, read the rules and got that all down. Played a couple of games. I lost one really horribly and then won one. And then I moved on to Lockdown. So I played the original Nemesis and then I ran through Lockdown, which I did not care for Lockdown as much as the original. Really? It was fine. Here's what it felt like. It honestly felt like just kind of bloat. Like it felt like we took the first one and then we just kind of bloated it a little. And I just didn't think it needed to be there. I'm looking at the two on the shelf and I'm like, I'd probably reach for Nemesis. It uses the same system. They're both really fun games. That isn't to say Lockdown is a bad game. I'm just saying that compared to the original Nemesis, with both of them on the shelf, I'd probably reach for the original every time.
So what you're saying is that George Lucas did all this stuff because they could, not because they should.
Because they should.
They put chimpanzees in the game?
There's probably a chimp in there somewhere.
Some guns for sure.
Boy. Wow. Yeah, that derailed fast. But all of this to say that I am making my way through these. I'm really excited to get to Nemesis Retaliation.
Good luck.
Have heard from a lot of people. Why do you say that?
I don't know. I'm just rumors. Just rumors I've heard, Doug.
Oh, really? I have heard that this is the best version of Nemesis.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is on BGA.
Oh, okay.
And
so you guys have both played this one too?
I've played it on BGA. I haven't played it at the table.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, I didn't read any rules, so I just kind of been playing Nemesis rules with.
Well, if
what
there wasn't a ton that changed between Nemesis and Lockdown. I don't know how much has changed between this and Retaliation. What I've heard a lot of people say this is their favorite version of Nemesis, but I think a lot of that is because this empowers players to really kind of go after the aliens a little bit, rather than just sort of like surviving and survive, like you've got to survive, right? Yeah. And then somehow either get jettison the ship or go into the hibernation station, or basically you're trying to get to a place where you can either get help or where the aliens die, or there's various scenarios, but it's more survival. I've heard Retaliation is more of like if we're comparing it to the IP that they clearly can't compare it to, even though that's exactly what it is, right? It's like Nemesis and Lockdown were the original Alien, and Nemesis Retaliation is like Aliens. Right. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've kind of heard from people. And that has me really excited. So I'm very much excited to go through this. I've had a lot of games that have been cycling through on my table where I've been trying to learn rules and really work through my Shelf of Shame stuff. And so I don't know when this will hit, but I think soon. I want to play it while the whole rule set, for all of them, is still pretty fresh. And so hopefully we'll get this one played. But I'd love to play this with you guys. We need to have a night where we can play these games, because they're good solo, but it's not the same experience.
Sure.
You got to have that what is it, that not fully co-op, but semi-co-op, right? You've got to have that semi-cooperative thing, I think, going with this game. By the way, probably one of the only games that I hear people really talk about being good as a semi-cooperative. That mechanism is divisive.
Yeah, I like that because you have the two options. You get to at least.
Yeah, objectives, two objectives.
You get that in Retaliation too, that you have the two objectives that you can choose which path you're going to follow, and that's great for players who maybe want to lean one way or lean the other way, whichever chaos they enjoy the most, or maybe lack of chaos. And I think that is great that that's baked into the cake, trying to add that complexity to it. But yeah, some rule sets, Retaliation, I just suffocated in a room that I had no idea I had an issue in, and at the end of my turn, I'm shooting up aliens, and then you suffocated and you're out. I'm oh.
Whoopsie.
Whoops.
Yeah, it is kind of a brutal game as far as that goes.
Yeah. And the game before that, I was the sole survivor, right? I was shooting up stuff and trying to find, I was trying to find a room. I can't remember what it wasn't the med bay, but I was trying to find one of the rooms for the objectives, and everybody else died. Maybe they got suffocated, and then I just got swarmed, and I didn't have enough ammo to save myself, so I just got overwhelmed. But I've had fun playing it.
Nice. Very, very good. I will say one funny thing that did happen. So Nemesis and Nemesis Lockdown, I bought like someone had gone like all in on the Kickstarter, and they had them on the shelf at SaltCON, and I like super lowballed them, and they were like, yeah. And so I was pretty excited. Like I got both of those games like really, really cheap.
That's awesome.
And I remember cracking the like lid on one of the boxes, and it was like, oh, okay, this is just a gray plastic, kind of thing. And I don't know why it didn't look a little further into that. And so I backed Nemesis Retaliation. Like I actually backed that one and got that one myself. But when I was going through, I was like, do I want that really nice those nice washed minis?
The sun drop.
And I was like, yeah, the sun drop. And I was like, none of the others are, so I'll probably just pass. And so I just got the plain gray just to match everything else. Totally busted those games out, and they're absolutely the washed versions.
Oh,
I was like, are you kidding? I was like, why didn't I get the wash? So yeah, my version of Retaliation is not the washed version.
And that was because I backed the it's not Aliens.
Nemesis.
Thank you, Nemesis. I backed that first one, and I got the sun drop on it, and I thought it was way cool.
It's really
cool. That was the first time that I had seen something that had a wash on it, and everybody was like, "Oh, these are awesome! These are awesome!" And they're not animorphs. What are they called? The
Carnomorphs?
No.
Are you talking about that?
Xenomorphs. Xenomorphs.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
I mean, just the sculpts were phenomenal.
They're phenomenal. Yeah.
And that was Awakened Realms' first thing, I think, or one of their.
It was in
one of their first endeavors.
It was definitely one of the first endeavors to wash. I don't know where it fell in their lineup of games, but
I have to do some research on that. But yeah, it was my first experience with having anything that looked that cool, and that sun drop was amazing.
Yeah, and that was Etherfields for me, because I got that with the wash and had that experience. But that was my first like game with that on it. And then anytime something comes out with that, I'm like, yeah, I'm totally gonna get that. Rome, Foundations of Rome. Yeah, that game with the wash on it's amazing.
Yeah, Foundations of Rome in general, just yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that's all turning very long. Hopefully, Nemesis Retaliation hitting my table soon.
Yeah, I would like to be at that table.
What do you guys have? 15 minutes later.
Well, I have some CMON news.
Yes, do share.
So CMON is moving to digital content. So they're moving to video games. They have invested over $2 million into a company called Blissful Link, which is an NTF company, which has created a big stir and a lot of criticism being thrown towards CMON.
Is this where they spent all their money that they flubbed their miniatures?
Well, a lot of people are criticizing them because there's like, okay, you're investing $2.1 million in really a bubble that burst 2 years ago as far as the NFT companies, and you still owe backers games. So what are you doing?
Yeah. Like they are so stuck right now. And I think right now they are just, they're trying everything they possibly can to remain solvent as a company before they just basically have to start selling off more of their stuff.
That's what they said, is to remain relevant, but I don't know. It seems like a weird investment strategy to remain relevant. And
I agree. I am on that side. To be clear, I am of that opinion. This makes me a little upset, especially since I still have
Descent.
A couple of games.
Yes.
Like
Deceased.
Deceased.
Sorry, not Deceased. Not Descent. Deceased.
I have Deceased, and I have that the Dead Keep.
Yeah.
As well.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's a Zombicide off spin. It's like it plays like Zombicide, but it has that kind of really I like it. It's a little controversial, but the art styles kind of has that different art style to it. And I was watching some gameplay videos of it, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. It was also supposed to be a pre-order. Like the game was done. This was not one that they ran as like hey, we need to develop this game. This was touted as this game is done. It's ready to go. We just need to hit print. So we're doing this as a pre-order. And then the only reason why we haven't seen it is because it got caught up in all of the CMON financial garbage. So they still haven't hit print on it.
Good heavens.
Even though the game has been done for like a couple of years now.
It looks amazing.
So
anyway, the art is cool. I think the art looks great.
Yeah, some people don't like it. It's I forget the guy's name. He's known for that particular art style. He does a bunch of work, books and other things in that art style. And some people don't like it. I thought it looks really good. And like I said, I watched a bunch of gameplay and it looks
Paul Bonner.
Very, very cool. Yes, that's it. Anyway, not to disrupt from what you're saying. So yeah, but CMON, I mean, what do you do? Like if you're CMON, what do you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they said they're going to transition titles like Massive Darkness, Super Fantasy Brawl, Reborn, and they're doing digital versions of those. And I guess you buy that, so it's like a blockchain. I mean, that's what the NFT companies are. They use blockchain-based digital assets to show ownership of that digital content. So it'll be interesting to see if it actually helps them.
This is like when Gloomhaven when they put Gloomhaven on Steam.
Well, if it was going on Steam, I think it would be different. I think because Steam is extremely popular, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to be clear about this because it's not like they are making digital games, right? I mean, if I understand NFTs, this is digital rights stuff. Yeah. This is ownership and digital rights. They're not cranking out a Massive Darkness like video game or app.
Yeah, it's
really
it's weird. So basically what these companies are is it's to facilitate digital art, sales, collectibles, gaming accessories. So I don't know. It's a weird investment strategy coming from CMON. I don't understand it.
I don't either. It seems really weird. And like you said, for them to invest that much in a company while they still have all these unfulfilled Kickstarters feels like another kick to the groin after we've already received 5 or 6.
Right.
So yeah, it's not good. It's not good for them.
It's AFV style.
Yeah, it's not good. What do you got for us, Nathan?
I mean, at this point, I've already talked about Army of Darkness. I don't know if we need to. All right, no, Douglas, you and I went to the game store the other day, and I came across and was reminded that Thunder Road has a new game coming out. It is not necessarily part of the Thunder Road Vendetta experience, but it can totally be incorporated into Thunder Road Vendetta. And this is Thunder Road Ignition. So this is going to be a standalone set, standalone play style. It's uses the core system from Thunder Road Vendetta with some tweaks to provide a familiar yet new streamlined play experience. They're shorter roads, and I don't know if I like that because I thought Thunder Road Vendetta was just the right size of road.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how this gets rolled out because as a standalone experience, I'm interested. I'd totally play it
for sure.
As an expansion to Thunder Road Vendetta, I'm not as sold on that idea.
Yeah, and so we'll see how it goes. Thunder Road Vendetta is a game that I've had joyous experiences playing it, and one that I always look forward to the opportunity to put that on the table.
It's fantastic.
And to play it and to have my cars blow up as early as they can. This game reminds me so much of
Mad Max.
Well, it does remind me of that, but space where your ship
Pigs in Space?
No.
You're totally thinking of Galaxy Trucker.
Galaxy Trucker is exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Where you build your ship and then you see whose ship can fall apart the fastest. And that's what with Thunder Road Vendetta is just exactly that. It's just the whole experience of I got this and how long can I survive or how gloriously can I go out. And so, Thunder Road Ignition should be coming out this year. And as a Cliff Notes version of Thunder Road Vendetta, maybe that's something for a different audience. Maybe that's something I can get my family to play because some elements of Thunder Road Vendetta just might be too extreme, too intimidating, I guess would be because it comes in a big box. If you ask my wife, that makes it more difficult. And so Thunder Road Ignition might be more palatable that way. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to try it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that SETI, the makers of SETI, just announced that that game has sold over 100,000 copies?
Oh, really? That doesn't surprise me.
Which is phenomenal
That
for
is.
a board game.
That's so amazing.
That is amazing. So good for them. They are seeing incredible success. It also, if they're seeing that kind of success, leads me to believe that we'll see some additional content for it.
Hopefully.
That last expansion, we got a chance to play that and it was great. And there's still so much more to explore. So this is a game that I hope just gets more and more time at the table.
I need to play the expansion.
Yeah. I think you'll
I need
really
to play
like
it again too.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Just with a different group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear ya.
That's awesome. Good for them. I love the success stories like that, and well deserved because SETI is an amazing game.
Yeah. And then one last little piece of news that I'll throw out there just because I was really excited about it. Mistborn, the deck building game, the Well of Ascension expansion is coming. 105 new cards to shuffle into the existing game. It thematically focuses on book 2. And it includes a Siege of Luthadel solo and co-op mode. So more of the cooperative play, which we had a great time playing this. Like when you just play it, head to head, it does it really, really well. So it eliminates a lot of the feel bad, take that-y kind of stuff, even though you are attacking each other. And we all really like that. But the co-op mode, I think, is where it's at for us. That's where I think we've had the most fun playing this game. And so for them to be expanding and building more on that solo and co-op mode, and the Siege of Luthadel just sounds great, right? Like rather than taking down the Lord Ruler, that siege, depending on how they roll that out, could be really, really fun as a cooperative experience. So I'm very excited about that.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Andy, you have any last ones?
Nope. I think I'm good. We've hit we're over quite a ways over the hour mark at this point, but I think we spent a lot of time on highlights. There's some pretty fun and exciting highlights, which is probably why we spent so much time on them, and some very noteworthy news items. So we will catch up with you guys next time.
Until next time,
we'll see you finding some classic old games and bringing them back to the table. Looking at you, Star Wars Imperial Assault.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Oh, we felt it.
I hope.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening and being a part of Meeple Nation. If you would be so kind as to follow, subscribe, share, and rate or review this podcast, it really helps to spread the fun. You can be more involved in supporting the podcast by joining the nation at patreon.com/Meeple Nation, or you can find a link at the top of our webpage, meeplenation.com. And while you're there, look at all our extra content. There are links to all our past episodes, a wide variety of blogs, pictures from our Instagram feed, and bios for all the hosts and our awesome bloggers. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all under Meeple Nation. If you would like to chat with the hosts or other members of the nation, you can join our Facebook group, Meeple Nation Off Air. We hope to see you again at a game night, a con, or maybe a suspense-driven evening of Werewolf. Thank you for listening and supporting Meeple Nation, and stay tuned for next week's episode.
Thank you so much for listening. We very much want to thank our patrons who help keep the podcast running. I personally want to thank my co-hosts for all the help they provide with both content here on the podcast, in addition to what we have available on our website. Without them, the podcast would not happen. If you too would like to support the podcast, you can join the nation at patreon.com/Meeple_Nation. Or you can find a link to Patreon at the top of our webpage, meeplenation.com. If you have any questions, comments, or games you feel should be on our radar, you can always reach us at meeplenation@gmail.com. We can't wait to hear from you. I am grateful to Doug and Andy who helped me edit episodes, and I want to thank James and Kim Clark who do the editing on our blogs and on our webpage, which can be found at meeplenation.com. We want to thank Brain Detergent for our music. If you want to find more from him, you can follow his links that can be found on our webpage, or simply search for Brain Detergent on YouTube to find more of his tracks. Thank you again for listening and being part of the Meeple Nation community.
I pressed the button.
That's nice. And this is me chewing.
Noise.
There's a little Fresca
noise.
This is for the Patreon bonus content.
Yeah, the bonus content.
Money well spent. All right, here we go. Meeple Nation Podcast, episode 613, June 2026, turn 1.
Welcome.